Hello, ENGLITOON family. Welcome back to another episode filled with joy, learning, and real English that helps you grow every single day. We're truly happy to see you here with us again. Every time we start a new episode, it feels like opening the door to a friendly space where we can learn together, laugh together, and make English feel natural in your life. And honestly, this moment always gives me energy. ENGLITOON energy.
Exactly, Beatrice. That's the perfect name for it. ENGLITOON energy. I feel it too. Every time we press record, I get excited because I know someone out there is listening to us while cooking, walking, cleaning their room, studying, or maybe even traveling right now. And that is beautiful. It makes us feel connected to a worldwide family of learners.
And that's exactly what we want. Connection. Learning English shouldn't feel stressful or lonely. It should feel like sitting down with friends, enjoying a conversation, and slowly gaining confidence with every new episode. That's why we always start by greeting you warmly, because you are part of this family, and every minute you spend here is a step forward in your learning journey.
Yes, and before we jump into today's topic, we just want you to take a deep breath and smile. Really, try it right now. A big smile. Why? Because English becomes easier when your brain relaxes and feels comfortable. When you're having fun, you learn faster. When you feel safe, you speak better. And that's why ENGLITOON exists.
Exactly, George. And I want to say something important. We are proud of you. Yes, you. You chose to learn English today. You showed up. You are improving. And even if you sometimes feel shy or insecure, I want you to remember this. Every small step counts. Listening to this episode is a step. Learning one new word is a step. Understanding one new phrase is a victory. So give yourself a little credit.
Beautifully said, Beatrice. And ENGLITOON is here to guide you through every step. In today's episode, we're bringing a topic that many learners find confusing or stressful, something full of vocabulary, rules, and real-life communication. The airport. But don't worry, we're going to make it simple, friendly, and fun.
That's right. Today, you're not just learning English, you're traveling with us. We're going to walk through the airport together, step by step, using clear language, real situations, and examples you can use immediately in your next trip. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel confident enough to say, yes, I can do this.
And of course, before we start our adventure, we have our classic ENGLITOON request. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe, give this episode a thumbs up, and share it with a friend who also wants to learn English. When the ENGLITOON family grows, the world speaks more English, and that is amazing.
Exactly. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Prepare your ears, your brain, and your smile, because it's time to learn English with love, clarity, and ENGLITOON energy. Beatrice, before we start walking through the airport step by step, I want to confess something. Airports make me nervous, really nervous. I know it sounds funny because I love traveling, I love airplanes, and I love going on vacation. But the airport itself, wow, sometimes it feels like a big challenge.
George, that doesn't sound funny at all. Actually, it sounds very familiar because a lot of people feel exactly the same way. And I don't mean only English learners. Even native English speakers get stressed at airports. There's something about those big buildings, long lines, screens full of information, and hundreds of people rushing everywhere that can make anyone feel overwhelmed.
Exactly. It's like you enter a different world. A world with its own rules, its own vocabulary, its own sounds. And if you don't understand what's happening, everything feels 10 times harder. Sometimes I think airport English is like a special secret language.
You are absolutely right. Airports have their own mini language. Words like checking counter, boarding pass, security checkpoint, gate, departure time, immigration, customs, and so on. For someone learning English, these words can sound new, long, and complicated.
And sometimes the biggest problem is not the words, but the speed. Announcements come fast. People walk fast. Staff speak fast. It feels like you're in a race, and if you don't move quickly, you'll miss your flight.
Yes, and let's not forget that airports often mean responsibility. You have your passport, your bags, your money, your schedule. You have to be on time. You don't want to lose anything important. So your brain is already alert, stressed, or tired even before you start speaking English. That alone can make everything feel more difficult.
That's so true. And for English learners, there's an extra pressure. Like, what if I don't understand the question? Or what if I say something wrong? Or what if I freeze when the security officer talks to me?
And that fear is normal. But here's something important, ENGLITOON family. Most airport workers are used to helping travelers who don't speak perfect English. They see people from all over the world every single day. People with different accents, different levels of English, different communication styles. So don't worry. They expect to speak slowly, repeat information, and help you.
That's good to hear. Also, airports have signs everywhere. Big signs, colorful signs, clear signs. Even if you don't understand everything someone says, you can follow the signs and still get where you need to go.
Yes, airports are designed for people who might not speak the local language. So remember, you are not alone. The airport is built to guide you.
But still, when you don't know what to expect, when you don't know the steps, the airport becomes scary.
Exactly. And that's why we're here today. Because fear usually comes from the unknown. Once we break everything into simple steps, the fear disappears. It becomes manageable, understandable, and even enjoyable.
So what you're saying is that understanding the routine makes the experience less stressful.
Totally. When you know what happens first, what happens next, which words are important, and how to answer simple questions, you start to feel calm. You take control of the situation. The airport stops being a monster and becomes just another place where you know the rules.
That makes so much sense. And honestly, I think that's why ENGLITOON is special. We don't just teach English words, we teach real-life English, the kind that helps people feel confident in the world.
Exactly. And today is all about confidence. So if you're listening, take this moment to remind yourself, I can do this. You don't need perfect English. You just need clear steps and simple phrases. And we're going to give you all of that.
Okay, Beatrice, I'm starting to feel less scared already. I think I'm ready to walk into the airport with you.
Then let's go, George. And ENGLITOON family, come with us. The airport will feel so much easier after today.
All right, ENGLITOON family, let's begin our airport journey. You walk through the big glass doors, and suddenly everything feels bright, wide, and full of movement. People pulling suitcases, families taking photos, and travelers looking at screens. And right there, usually in the center of the airport, you see it. The departures board.
Yes, that huge electronic screen with many cities, times, and numbers. Honestly, the first time I saw one, I thought it looked like a puzzle. So many lines, so many flights.
It really does look like a puzzle, but don't worry, it's easier than it seems. The departures board is your guide. It shows all the flights leaving the airport. Each line usually has the destination, city, the flight number, the departure time, the airline, the status, on time, delayed, boarding soon, canceled, and the check-in counter or gate.
So the first thing I do is look for my destination and my flight number, right?
Exactly. The flight number is very important. Sometimes there are many flights to the same city, so the number helps you find the correct one. When you find your number, the board tells you where to go next.
Like check-in counter 3235 or gate B18.
Perfect. That's the airport telling you, go here. No stress. Just follow the information. And remember, the board updates all the time. If your gate changes or your flight gets delayed, the board will show it.
That's good because I always worry about missing updates.
Just check the board from time to time. It's like your airport map, always there to guide you. Once you know your check-in counter, you're ready for the next step.
Okay, ENGLITOON family, let's keep walking. We're doing great.
Great! Now that you've found your flight on the departures board, it's time for the next step, the check-in counter. This is one of the most important places in the airport because it's where your journey really begins. It's usually a long row of desks with airline signs above them.
Yes, I always see people lining up there with big suitcases. Sometimes the line looks scary, but the process itself is simple, right?
Very simple. When it's your turn, you walk up to the counter and you show 2 essential things. 1, your passport. 2, your ticket or reservation, usually on your phone. The airline agent checks your identity and finds your flight in their system.
And then comes the part that confuses many travelers, the bags.
Exactly. The agent will ask if you have any bags to check in. Airport English has 2 important terms. Checked bag, your big suitcase that goes under the airplane. Carry-on bag, the small one you take with you into the cabin.
So the checked bag says goodbye early, and the carry-on stays with me until the plane.
Perfect! The agent may also ask you a special question. Window seat or aisle seat? This is your chance to choose your favorite spot.
Then they print the boarding pass and put a sticker on my big suitcase.
Exactly. And just like that, you're officially checked in and ready for the next step. Easy, friendly, and nothing to fear.
Yes, I always hold it like it's a treasure, but sometimes I look at it and think, wow, so much information.
And that's true. The boarding pass contains many details. But don't worry, every part is useful. It normally includes your name, your flight number, the departure time, your gate, your seat number, and a barcode or QR code.
So the gate and the seat are the parts I always check first.
Exactly. The gate tells you where to go later, and the seat tells you where you'll sit on the plane, like 14C or 22A. The letter usually decides if it's a window, middle, or aisle seat.
And the boarding pass can be paper or digital, right?
Yes, you can keep the printed one from the desk or use the digital one on your phone. Both work perfectly. But here's a tip. Always keep your boarding pass easily accessible, inside your passport, in your pocket, or on your phone's home screen.
Because you need to show it many times before you get on the plane.
Exactly. It's your key to the sky. It is the time for the part that makes most travelers a little nervous, the security check. Don't worry, we're going to explain everything so clearly that it will feel much easier the next time you travel.
Yes, Beatrice, this part used to scare me a lot. People walk fast, officers look serious, and everyone seems like they already know exactly what to do, except me.
And that feeling is completely normal. But once you understand the routine, the security checkpoint becomes predictable and simple. Let's go step by step. First, you arrive at the entrance of security. You'll see lines of people and a few officers checking documents. Usually, they ask you to show 2 things: your passport and your boarding pass. After that, you enter the main security area.
You see a long table with many plastic trays. This is where you place your belongings before going through the scanner. Here's what you must put into a tray: your carry-on bag, your phone, your keys, your wallet, any metal objects, your jacket, and your laptop. And this is important. It must be taken out of your bag and placed in a separate tray.
Yes, I always forget the laptop part. And then the officer says, "Take your laptop out, sir," and I panic.
Exactly. Many people forget, even experienced travelers. But now you know the rule. Laptop in its own tray.
Depending on the airport, you may also need to remove your belt or your shoes. To make things easier, wear comfortable shoes and avoid boots with many laces.
And the liquids rule, that one always scares me.
But it's simple. You cannot bring liquids over 100 milliliters in your carry-on. This includes water, shampoo, perfume, lotion, anything liquid. If you have a water bottle, you must finish it or throw it away before security.
After placing everything in trays, you walk through the metal detector. It may go beep if you have metal objects. If it does, the officer might check you quickly. Nothing to worry about.
And after that, I wait for my trays and collect everything again.
Exactly. And just like that, you survive security.
Wow. When you explain it step by step like that, it feels so much easier.
Yes, and remember, security officers are there to help you, not to scare you. A friendly smile always helps.
If you made it this far, it means you survived the most stressful part of the airport. Now you are inside the terminal, also called airside. From this moment on, everything becomes calmer, more organized, and even a little fun.
Yes, Beatrice, I love this part. I feel like I can finally breathe. It's like entering a giant shopping mall with cafes, stores, restaurants, and many places to relax.
Exactly. The first thing you should do is find your gate, the door for your flight. Your boarding pass shows the number, like A12, B42, or C7. The signs in the airport are big and clear, so just follow the letters and numbers.
I always walk slowly, looking at the signs. Gate A12. And that's it. I found my gate.
Perfect. And after that, you usually have free time before boarding. Many flights begin boarding between 30 and 50 minutes before departure, so you can enjoy this break.
This is my favorite moment. It's when I buy a coffee, maybe a sandwich, and sit down to watch the airplanes through the window. It gives me such a peaceful feeling.
That's right. But it's very important to stay close to your gate. Even if you want to buy something, always come back quickly because the gate may change. Boarding may start earlier. There may be important announcements for your flight.
And about the announcements, I always try to listen for the most common phrases like now boarding, final call, gate change, flight delayed.
Excellent. Listening to these phrases helps a lot. And remember, if you have any questions, you can always ask. Just say, "Excuse me, is this the gate for flight?"
And usually, someone will help with the smile.
Exactly. Inside the terminal, the environment is much more relaxed. Just pay attention to your gate and enjoy the moment.
All right, ENGLITOON family, the moment has arrived. You've checked in, survived security, found your gate, and waited patiently. Now you hear the announcement, "Now boarding." This is your signal to get ready. Boarding is the process of entering the airplane, and it usually happens in groups or rows.
Yes. Sometimes they say passengers in group 1 or rows 20 to 30. At first, I didn't know what that meant, so I just stood there confused. But now I check my boarding pass. It always tells me which group I'm in.
Exactly. When your group is called, you stand in line and get your boarding pass ready. You will show it again, either on your phone or on paper. The agent scans the barcode and says, "Have a nice flight."
That part always feels exciting. It means the trip is really happening.
Then comes the famous walk through the jet bridge, that long tunnel that connects the airport to the airplane. As you enter the plane, the flight attendants welcome you with a smile and often say hello or welcome aboard.
I love that moment. I say hello back and then I look for my seat, something like 14C or 22A. The letters and numbers are on top of the seats, so it's very easy to find.
Once you find your seat, you place your carry-on bag in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Then you sit down and fasten your seatbelt. You're almost ready to fly.
And I always feel a mix of joy and calm at this moment. I think, yes, I made it.
Exactly. Boarding the plane is the reward for all the steps you took before. Now it's time to relax, breathe, and enjoy the trip.
Welcome back, ENGLITOON family. The plane has landed, the wheels have touched the ground, and now your journey continues. After a long or short flight, the first big step is arrival. Everyone stands up, collects their things, and slowly walks out of the airplane. You follow the signs that say arrivals or baggage claim. They will guide you to the right place.
And then comes the next important moment, immigration, also known as passport control. This part can feel a little scary for English learners because you must speak directly with an officer. But don't worry, the questions are simple, and the officers ask the same things every day.
Exactly. When it's your turn, you step up to the booth, smile, and hand the officer your passport. Sometimes they may also ask for your boarding pass or arrival form, depending on the country. The officer will then ask 1 or 2 short questions.
Yes, like, what is the purpose of your visit? The best answers are simple. Vacation, tourism, business.
Perfect. Another common question is, how long will you stay? And you can answer, 1 week, 10 days, 2 weeks.
The secret is to stay calm, speak slowly, and answer honestly. You don't need long sentences. Short and clear is the best approach.
Exactly. After checking your documents, the officer stamps your passport, smiles, and says, "Welcome." And just like that, you're officially inside the country.
It's a simple step, but it feels like a big victory, especially for English learners.
Absolutely. And now you're ready for the next part of the journey. Great job, ENGLITOON family! After passing through immigration, it's time to find your suitcase. You follow the signs that say baggage claim. This is the area where all the bags appear on large circular conveyor belts called carousels.
Yes, I always watch all the bags go around one by one until I finally see mine. Sometimes I even think it's never going to show up, but it always does.
Exactly. When your bag arrives, just pull it off the belt carefully and make sure it's really yours. Many suitcases look alike. After that, you walk toward the final airport stage, customs.
This port always looks mysterious, but is actually very simple. There are 2 lanes, green channel, nothing to declare, red channel, goods to declare.
Most travelers walk through the green channel, especially when they are not bringing anything special, expensive, or restricted. You simply walk through and exit through the final door.
And then, freedom. You have officially arrived at your destination.
Yes, and you successfully completed every airport step, from check-in to the final exit. A big achievement for any English learner. ENGLITOON family, what an amazing episode we had today. Walking with you through every step of the airport, from check-in to arrival, was truly special. And we hope that after this episode, you feel much more confident, prepared, and relaxed for your next trip. After all, when we understand each step, everything becomes easier.
Exactly, Beatrice. And I want to say something very important to everyone listening. You should be proud of yourselves. Learning airport vocabulary isn't easy, but you stayed with us until the end. And that shows dedication and a real desire to grow in English. That makes all the difference. Remember, every episode, every word, every step brings you closer to fluency.
And now we want to hear from you. You know we love the participation of our ENGLITOON family. So leave your answer in the comments. Do you prefer the window seat or the aisle seat? And why? We love reading your answers. Some are super funny and others are very honest. It's always a pleasure to learn a little more about you.
And of course, don't forget to support our work. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share with someone who loves to travel. These small gestures help ENGLITOON grow and allow us to keep creating great episodes like this one.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Traveling is wonderful, and traveling while understanding English is even better.
Safe travels, ENGLITOON family. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.